Hey, USPBL fans, welcome back to Tossing It Around the League. Today, I'm here with Bryant Shellenbarger from the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Bryant, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. How have you been in the off season so far? What have you been up to?
It's been good. I'm currently in a different state from Ohio. I came to Wisconsin to kind of get a better experience to, hitting with my old teammates from last summer. Um, we played for the Madison Mallards here, and we came back and started hitting and started working out together. He's one of my good friends. His name's Drake Baldwin. He got drafted in the third round by the Atlanta Braves. So it's cool to kind of have a nice facility to work at and get better.
Awesome. Yeah. So still keeping up with baseball, obviously staying in touch with everything.
Mhm.
So besides baseball, what have you been up to?
I'm coaching as well with Brad Woodall. He
Okay.
was a he was a professional pitcher, and it's cool to kind of go and experience a bunch of different things, but also get good pointers from him as well.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, just kind of been doing that, hitting, kind of keeping my schedule busy. So,
Awesome. Yeah, you have to stay busy, right? 'Cause especially being an athlete, you're always busy. So you got to
right.
keep it going, else you're going to start slacking a little bit.
Yep.
Tell me how it's been coaching. Because I mean, obviously, you've been coached your whole life. So tell me about the experience. If you can take anything from USPBL to help apply to the kids you've been working with.
So I feel like with coaching, it's been really different
Mm.
because, you know, for so long I've always kind of got different pointers from different coaches. I've had plenty of coaches with through my years of playing baseball, and now I get to grab what I've learned through all of my coaches and apply it to these young kids that haven't had the opportunity to be around as many coaches that I've been around. But it's been really different, but it's been cool to kind of see them look up to you. Like I'm their role model. Like they look up to me and they look up to me to steer them in the right direction. And that's probably the most special part about it. But also being there for them and letting them know that if they have any questions, they can always ask me.
Being an athlete growing up, I always heard there's no exact cookie cutter swing. So always getting to work with different swings, especially you being a
Right.
left-handed batter. I think it does bring a different experience to the table for sure.
Right. A lot more right-handers. But lefties, I've learned throughout my years, like when I was younger, lefty, when I face a lefty pitcher, it took me a little bit to be like, all right, well, I was kind of scared. But now I've seen lefties and I kind of like them now. I don't know why.
Yeah, you've
I,
adapted to it, right?
yeah, I've adapted and I don't know. They should be scared.
For sure. They should be scared, right? So tell me about, so you've obviously in the USPBL, there's only 4 teams, and you guys get to see some of the different players consistently. And what's it been like being able to face off the same pitchers, see the left-handers, see the right-handers, and maybe try and adapt to different pitches? I think it helps you more progress more, I think, and see the same guys and learn about those different things.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see, a bunch of different pitchers, but then the more we play, you start to see the same pitcher, over and over again. But each, the way that they are handling you is might be different than the last time. But being able to do that homework and be like, okay, well, he threw me a couple fastballs here and then brought the hook. But I'd say that's the coolest part about the USPBL is just, being able to face a guy one time and know that you're going to face him probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 more times later in the season and be like, okay, he struck me out one time. This next AB, I'm gonna get him. So it's cool to,
Yes.
but it's cool. We have that, with the USPBL and with the teams. It's cool that we're all family in that
Mhm.
league, and that's the cool part about it is we're all friends. We can obviously, there's some talk here and there, but like it's all love at the end of the day. We're all in the same place together, and we all work hard and work together to get to the next level.
What about USPBL drew you back in to want to be with us again another season?
I'd say, I mean, minus baseball part of things, like baseball part of things is great. You get to meet a bunch of new people, and that's something that I really love to do is meet people
Mhm.
and meet players and have that connection. But the people in that stadium when on a Friday night game, like the people that come there, the fans, the kids, that's just that feeling that you get. You feel like you're loved there, and that's I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's it's great, and I love the way everyone reacts, and it's cool. I just like the atmosphere.
So another thing that I know you talked about host family earlier. So I know a lot of players because you come from out of town. Tell me about the USPBL host family experience and how that has contributed, hopefully, to a positive experience with us.
Yeah, I think the host family part of things, it was good. I had a few host families earlier before, and I
Mhm.
ended up finding a host family that is there for us, and wants us to be ready and be prepared for every game day,
Yeah.
whether it's cooking meals, giving us a house to stay under.
Hmm.
um, I think I think that's the best part about it is they care, but also they have, depending on your family, they could have kids, and they look up to us as
Hmm.
who they want to be like when they get older. That's probably the best part, is the kids. you know you want to do all the right things,
Hmm.
so they look up to you and be like, okay, he's doing the right things, I want to do the right thing.
Baseball is a very big mental game. And
Right.
I think it could teach you a lot about yourself personally as well when you step up to the plate, because you have to bring the confidence. Like you said, be a dog. You have to have that mentality when you step up to the plate. So do you feel like that mentality that you have has progressed as you got into USPBL? How has it changed since college?
Each AB, I've always kind of, my mind's always set when I step in that box, like I'm going to compete,
Hmm.
whether no matter what pitcher's out there. I'm gonna give him my best stuff, and
Hmm.
I want him to give me his best stuff. But I think it's definitely progressed, throughout it being my first season there, this past year. I kind of got a feel of how it is, and what I'm going to bring for this next coming year. It I know it's going to be better. I don't hope. I just know it's going to be better than how it started.
Tell me about your favorite memory from last season. Does something stick out to you, baseball related, personal, anything that left you smiling at the end of the day?
All right, non-baseball related.
Okay.
I think the probably the coolest memory is having JD Stubbs and Dakota McFadden, who were both on the Beavers,
Hmm.
and I, being able to communicate with them and bring them fishing one day. We went fishing at this one place, and Dakota's never caught a fish before, and he cast out and ends up catching probably the biggest fish I've seen. But seeing we have it all on video, but seeing his face expressions, and seeing JD's face expression just in that moment of him catching like a 7.5 pounder
Hmm.
was probably the coolest moment of my life, because like, having someone that's never experienced that, but I've experienced that with me catching, and same with JD, having that connection with them. I think that was probably the coolest moment.
So I have one last question for you before we say goodbye to our fans and everything. So I see you have your number 25 necklace on. And I remember mentioning to you early in the season, you asked me, do you think I'm a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter? And I said, you're definitely left-handed because you have your tattoo on your right arm. And if you're swinging, you want it to face the pitcher. So tell me about the different tattoos you have, how they correlate to the game, and just your personal life in general.
Okay, so we'll start with the 24 first.
Okay.
Um, I got that. I've always been 24 since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wore that number. My favorite baseball player was Grady Sizemore growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I ended up getting that, but I kind of put the baseball in it to kind of I don't think I've ever seen a tattoo that had a baseball in the number like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up doing that. I have Matthew 19:26. It's my favorite Bible quote. With God, all things are possible. I have a wolf and an owl on the inside. I'm a hunter, so
Mm-hmm.
when I'm out in the woods, I experience a lot of different cool things that I see, and I what I like about those two animals is they're both night hunters, and I just I just like the night hunting type. I have a clock. It has my dad, my mom, and my two brothers and the time I was born in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a tattoo on my wrist, says
Mm-hmm.
love mom in her handwriting. Um, Another thing that I could put in this is my mom's like been my rock through my younger ages of my life. She
Mm-hmm.
ended up passing away in 2007
Okay.
when I was 10. So when I play this game, I try and play it for her because I know that's what she would want. Um, so I've kind of all my tattoos kind of tell a story, but I have a tattoo on my back for her. It's a cross and stuff like that. So I feel like when every single game or every single day I kind of look up to her and be like, this is what she would want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that's probably the most important part of me moving forward, or kind of any opportunity that I get in life, whether it's playing baseball or coaching, or kind of knowing that I'm doing that for her
Mm-hmm.
is probably the coolest part.
So
The
thank you
feeling.
so much for being here with us today. I'm sure the fans were super excited to hear from you, and we're going to be super excited to see you back with USPBL in this coming summer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Tossing It Around the League. Once again, I am Carol Wolfbauer. Super excited to talk to you guys, and hopefully we'll see you at the next episode.